Very good morning to you. If you're just joining us, I'm still in conversation with Andile Nomlala. He's the president of the Black Management Forum, and I'm going to bring into the conversation Advocate Paul Hoffman. He's a director at Accountability Now. Before I bring you into the conversation, Mr. Hoffman, let me finish off with Mr. Nomlala here. The complaint by Ace Magashule that the style of arrest that is being conducted by the Hawks is not what he agrees with. He says this is the Hollywood style of arresting people, and he would not want to be subjected to that. Do you agree with him?
Are there any protocols of arresting people, Xoli? If there are, the Hawks surely should be able to apply them. And for me, it's very simple. Mr. Ace Magashule, and I think even the EFF leader had commented about the arrest of some Mr. Sodi. The reality here is that I don't think that we have to nurse the feelings of the criminals or crooks. We must arrest people, and people obviously must be arrested within the parameters of the law. But we can't have some sweetheart relationship of arresting crooks. When they were stealing, we were not there. And Mr. Ace Magashule always comment on a very some strange issues, and his comments for us really don't hold water. If the Hawks are arresting people, they must arrest people within the confines of the law.
All right. Advocate Hoffman, I hope you were listening to those last few comments from Mr. Nomlala here from the BMF. He says that why should we nurse the feelings of criminals when they didn't nurse us, when they were stealing public money? Why do you agree with Ace Magashule?
I agree with Ace Magashule's take on this business of media ride-along arrests, on the very basis that your studio guest Andile has raised. You have to effect arrests within the parameters of the law. People who are arrested are not necessarily guilty. The arrest warrant is put out if a prosecutor is satisfied that the docket reveals a prima facie case. That may not lead to a conviction. It may lead to a fair trial in which the state is unable to prove the case against the person arrested. And in those circumstances, the American Supreme Court has said that a media ride-along arrest is unconstitutional in America. Now, we have a better Bill of Rights than the American Bill of Rights. Our Bill of Rights guarantees privacy, dignity, and psychological integrity to everybody, including suspects in criminal cases. And on that basis, the appropriate time to give publicity to an arrest is when the arrested person is arraigned in open court with his lawyer in attendance, if he has one or chooses to have one, and without being subjected to the indignity of an invasion of his privacy, an upsetting of his psychological integrity when the arrest is effected in the full glare of the television cameras with reporters pushing microphones under the nose and causing the arrested person to hide behind a hoodie or under a coat or whatever. That isn't a situation in which the human rights of the suspect are properly respected, and that is why I agree with Ace Magashule that these, what he calls Hollywood-style arrests, what the American Supreme Court calls a media ride-along arrest, is not in accordance with the protocols and the parameters of our Constitution.
All right, so you make a good argument there, Advocate Hoffman. Answer me this then. Is it possible, or could this be something that the law enforcement of our country, it's an issue that comes back to bite them should the person, as you rightly say, these people are still innocent, even though they're being arrested, but they're still presumed innocent until proven guilty?
Yes, the law in America now is that the prosecuting authorities and the police do lay themselves open to damages claims if a media ride-along arrest occurs in America. And as our state is obliged to respect, protect, promote, and fulfill the rights of the people that are guaranteed in the Bill of Rights, trampling on those rights in order to effect an arrest is going to lay the authorities open to claims for damages for the unconstitutionality of the...
Advocate Hoffman, I'm sorry to end our conversation so abruptly, but we've got to take you now to Senegal Magistrates Court, where the verdict on the application for bail of the two accused of murdering 21-year-old farm manager Brendan Horner is being delivered.